Well, the beautiful game can also be the most ironic game, can't it? West Ham United played really well and we got done 3-0. And the last few games that we played, a lot of fans have rightly been saying that West Ham have played poorly against Bournemouth and other teams recently. We've come away with really lacklustre performances, but we got draws out of them and so on. And yet here we are in a game where I don't think anyone really expected anything from this game, but we come to Man United and we got beat 3-0. And who honestly can say that Man United deserved to beat us 3-0? So that's the final result. Manchester United 3, West Ham United 0. And the team news that came out, I think, was quite positive. At least David Moyes gave the team some balance. Couldn't work out if it was going to be a 5-3-2 or whatever formation, but it turned out to be a 4-2-3-1 formation with Ben Johnson actually playing on the right. He started off on the right-hand side of attacking midfield, and we had Kudus out on the left. Agurd was back, which was good to see, and I think it looked like a balanced team, certainly far more balanced than the team that we put out against Bournemouth the other night. Phillips was dropped to the bench, quite rightly so, get onto him in a minute. But we looked balanced, and we actually looked, the massive irony of football is we looked all right, we were doing okay. And there was nothing really to suggest that we were going to lose the game. And I know that sounds rather weird, but it's the truth. And then a clash in the middle of the park, between two players. The ball dropped decently for Man United, and before you knew it, in 23 minutes or so, we were 1-0 down. But we got back in it. Our heads didn't go down. We tried to get back in it, but that's the way it went until half time. And then, of course, the calamity that we've been doing, either right at the beginning of games, or right at the end of games, or right at the end of the first half, or right at the beginning of the second half. We let our guard slip again, and before we knew it, we were down 2-0. But even then, we tried to come back and tried to sort of get back into the game, but we didn't have enough. We didn't have enough in our locker. Kudus started off well, but went quiet. I think Ben Johnson had another decent game. To be quite honest with you, Alvarez in the middle of the park tried to control it. I think Alvarez had a great game in the middle of the park today, but it wasn't to be. We just didn't have enough penetration up front. Couldn't get the ball to Bowen, and that hurt us. And we are lacking some creativity, and we all know what that means. We all know that means that we've got to wait until Lucas Paqueta's back, and I heard yesterday that it could be another 3 or 4 weeks before he's back playing, and we needed a solution, don't we? Moyes, credit to him, he tried to change it up with 70 odd minutes gone, where he brought on Calvin Phillips and he brought on Maxwell Cornet, which was rather a surprise. But Phillips yet again, another poor ball that went to him, he lost control, and before you knew it, we were 3-0 down. Was it deserved? I don't think so, but it's hard to say that it wasn't deserved. Did we deserve something out of the game? Well, you only deserve something out of the game if you put your chances away, and we had chances. We had chances in the first half. We had Bowen, who looked like, he just held on to it just a bit too long, where he allowed the Man United player to come and block it. That was a chance. Don't know what to say about Emerson's chance, because that was a gilt-edged chance. I don't think he knew what to do. I think he lost his bottle right at the and if that had gone in, if he'd have scored that, we'd have been well back in it. There's guys that's standing next to me saying if we'd have scored when it was still 1-0 or 2-0, if we'd have got a goal back, we could have actually gotten back into this game. But it wasn't to be. Man United, average team, but an average team has beaten West Ham United 3-0. And on top of that, they go above us in the league. So we now drop down to 7th place with Man United leapfrogging us into 6th. It is what it is, I guess. It's one of those games where the irony, you play well, but you get absolutely nothing for it, not even a point. Not even a point. We are lacking in our squad. We knew this, and to me, all right, I know the likes of Ben Rama and Fornals wanted to leave, even Kehrer, but you could have just said to them, look, I know you're not getting a lot of game time, but we need you until the end of the season, and then we'll let you go in the summer. It's probably what we should have done if we weren't having any players coming in. Phillips, I don't know what to say about him. I think it's going to take him half a dozen games to really get up to match speed. But have we got that time to allow him? It was the right thing to do to drop him, but he looked rusty yet again. Oh well, I'll probably do a deeper review later, but really disappointing. We played well, but I know the scoreline doesn't really reflect that. So, I don't know. Disappointing. Really didn't. Not that I expected us to get anything out of this game, but just really disappointing that we got a 3-0. I don't even want to call it a drubbing because it didn't feel that way.